What's up, YouTubians? Gary, VWJawbreaker. Welcome back to today's video, where today, hoping something that I say will help you on your vehicle. Let's dive into this. As you know, I get emails and questions a lot asking if I work on other people's vehicles. I do not. However, when a friend calls you and says, man, I'm at my wit's end, I don't know what else to do, you dive in and give them a hand. So here we have a 1971 Super Beetle. And this is my buddy's car. He's a good friend of mine. It's the only reason it's here. Basically, he's done a lot of work to this. He says he's not very handy, but he rewired this entire car. It's quite impressive. He ended up going to Wolfsburg West, got their wiring harness kit, put that in there. He's done quite a bit of work to it. But then he started having a problem after a couple months of having everything wired. So let's dive into this real quick and I'll tell you exactly what's going on. His turn signals kept blowing a fuse every time he tried to use them. So one of the things I have, and I made this real simple, this is just a regular inline fuse holder. I put some gator clamps on both ends, and this is a resettable fuse. It's got a little button right up top right there, and as it trips, you just reset it instead of replacing and going through a ton of fuses. This right here makes things real easy. So on the Volkswagen, you've got that little stock fuse. So I clip this to the lower part, clip that to the upper part of where the fuse goes itself, and there you go. Now, instead of going through a ton of fuses, you just reset it, you're good. I'll try to put the link of this in the description. I've got an Amazon thing, so we can go through that. Here's what we found out. So basically under here, you've got a couple different areas where usually these four ways right here are where these junctions where your left turn signal and right turn signal tie in together. So you've got usually one that goes to the front, one or two that go to the front, to the back, and then everything comes out right here out of your main harness that goes over to your selector right here on the column. So what I did is I kind of unplug things one side at a time. So I would come over here and unplug the ones going to the rear, so those were out of the circuit. I was able to determine that both fronts were working. Then I went ahead and hooked in one of them, got my rear working, then I determined that this side was okay. Now we move to the other side, turn the right turn signal on, and it started blowing the fuse after a couple blinks. So what I did is I came back to the back, because again, we already found out our front worked fine, so we knew it was back here in the back. So back here in the back, behind the tar board, is where you have your electrical. And the harness comes around and everything splices right there. So I disconnected everything going to my taillight housing, turned the signals on, lo and behold, everything worked. Process of elimination, got this side working, except for there's something going on in between where everything plugs in and the taillight housing. So that's what I'll dig into, but as you see, it's working. Okay, so now we know it's in the taillight housing. So two little nuts on the back side of the fender, back in here, undid the wires, fished them out, pulled the taillight housing off, and lo and behold, the wire for the turn signal was actually touching part of the bracket. That's what the problem was. So I went ahead and put some heat shrink around that, bent it a little bit, and then she's good to go. So now, turn signals work left and right. Pardon the fan, but there we go. Blinkers work on both sides. That one's done. Let's kick the other one. Other side. Bam. Went ahead and did an oil change for him, put a new filter on it, because this has got a little doohickey on the bottom where you've got the oil filter that sticks right there on the pump. Went ahead and made him a little shepherd's hook. That way fuel can't accidentally go down into the vacuum diaphragm. Double check the timing, tweak the carb, tweak the choke, And boy, now she just lights right off and runs great. So again, it's not, wiring can be very daunting, right? I mean, he replaced the entire harness. So of course, he knows what he's doing, right? But sometimes things just kind of beat you and you need a second set of eyes. It's the only reason I decided to help him, because again, he's a good friend. So again, I mean, it's just the process of elimination. Figure out where you have a problem and then take it from there. So again, everything comes up through this harness right here, which comes from your turn signal selector and goes around. Now verified we had power coming in, we had power coming in over here, we had power everywhere because things were working, it was just tripping the fuse real fast. And I believe he even said he burned up a relay. So we got a new relay in there. I went ahead and replaced the fuses, so all of that works fine. Again, don't let electrical intimidate you. It's really simple, right? I mean, you have a diagram. Matter of fact, his Wolfsburg West wiring harness actually came with a full diagram. That's how he hooked everything up. I mean, all you got to do is look at what it's telling you. You know, it goes over what wires go where, how they tie in. So that's right there. It's the headline or the turn signal harness up front that connects to the light. Here it tells you what fuse it goes to, tells you what everything is, wiring, colors, diagrams, everything. Just take it slow. Again, process of elimination, one thing at a time. You know, take pictures of your work so you know what wire goes where when you're disconnecting things, just to make sure that you put them back right. Be overcautious about it. I mean, you know, it's not a problem. One thing I can tell you though is when you're doing all the troubleshooting diagnostics on your car, I don't care if you have points or if you have an electronic module, come back here to the coil and disconnect your main power wire going to the coil, lay it off to the side, make sure it doesn't touch anything, and that way you won't burn your points and condenser out or your electronic module on your ignition. That way you can leave the key on for as long as you want and it doesn't matter. So hopefully something in this video will help you. And again, don't be overwhelmed. You know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Then again, I don't really know anybody that eats elephants. But if you were, you would do it one bite at a time. So again, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for sticking around. And I hope that, again, this can kind of help somebody. Get out there and work on your cars. Till then, be kind to one another and be good.